State Buckeyes. Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Bearcats offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. A lot of times you run into these types of matchups. High-powered offense, big-time team against an opponent that's likely overmatched. So how do they keep this thing from getting ugly?
Well, everyone's going to have to elevate their level of play here defensively to have any chance in this one. And I'll tell you the hard part about stopping this offense, David, it's what Chip Kelly used to always say. It's a nameless, faceless opponent. They don't care who you are. They don't care what your record is. This offense comes out, and they are trying to embarrass you.
Well, the good thing is for this defense, it's been talked about all week, right? Like, you're not good enough. This is a high-powered offense. Like, the players' attention are fully caught, right? They know exactly what they're going against. Let's see if some emotion and adrenaline can really play a factor, and they play better than they have all year.
Here's the pressure. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
That's a great individual effort by him right there. When I think about Ohio State football, too, especially on defense, right, it's the legacy of the Silver Bowl. It's guys flying around, giving great effort, and getting to the football, but it all has to start up front on the D-line. You've got to be dominant at that position, and right there, you just saw that, the ability to win one-on-one and make a play.
That is exactly how you set a tone when you're on defense, and especially when you're at home. If you can get them and force them into a punt early, keep that crowd going and involved, man, is it fun to play defense.
At midfield, trying to turn it upfield. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. So Ohio State's offense will take the field for the first time. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. Be interesting to see what they do today.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Turning it on! They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Buckeyes may be leaders in the modern game, but this has an old-school, vintage Buckeye feel to it when they move the ball on the ground.
And Ohio State's done it year after year, and it's player after player, but this university recruits at such an elite level. They find dudes, and it's easy to run the football when you've got some dudes.
And the Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Back to pass, it's Hilton. He's got it on the move. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback. Finding the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
He'll return it. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll try the run. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out in the TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Hunt is on its way. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They run the reverse. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he's going to try to return this one. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Finds his man. It's Spangler. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain. First and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for two out to the 26. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. They get him up rush, and it pays off the sack at the 20. And this crowd loves a good pass rusher in the line of Chase Young. DeBosa's Jim still wagging. The Buckeyes can get after the quarterback.
Yeah, and when the crowd's going nuts like it does in the shoe, it just makes it easier to rush the pass. So the snap count is silent. It's predictable. And then you pin your ears back. And that's why they've had so many great pass rushers at Ohio State.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Pocket breaking down. Incomplete behind the receiver. Maybe this freshman got a little too anxious. The Bearcats decide to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Looks it all the way in and now turns his attention upfield. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. To the ground with the back. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle. Physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the fourth quarter.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions. He just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
The lone back's got it. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run play action. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. That's reeled in. It's Terrell. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game, mark it at the 47.
3rd down, the focus of the defense has to shift. It has to change. We have to understand now exactly where the sticks are. We can't give up those plays for them to get beyond the sticks and get those first down.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Guys, Ohio State has the lead here, and they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Power football with the run. Fights off the defender. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good game, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
And the Bearcats will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive points.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to pass. It's Hilton. With the catch, it's Porter. Oh, he's got some space. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. It's reverse. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And how easy was that? There's so much speed on the field in college football. And you get me lined up and I'm trying to play coverage, and then all of a sudden that guy flies across the formation. And now everybody on the defense has to adjust. They didn't adjust quick enough, and he easily picks up a good chunk of yards. The offense has really got good game plans to get guys the ball in space.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Caught near the sideline, it's Roberts. And out of bounds right at the 12-yard line.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Might be calling a hot route. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. He's got it on the run. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Now, you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited, get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well, offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, Dave.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now, chip into this lead, try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. And Ohio State makes a ton of highlights with the big pass plays, but this defense has turned in its share over the years, too.
So many guys that we could go back. The Bosa brothers, Chase Young, just recently, the guys that they put their hand in the dirt and they go make things happen, get after quarterbacks like you see right here.
And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. The Bearcats come to the line with a new set of downs. They go to the ground. Oh, it gives him the tough stiff arm. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The Bearcats come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. The give to the back. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
How about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The Bearcats will punt it away on 4th down. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. And just a spectacular punt. It'll go out of bounds inside the 5-yard line and really put this offense in a hole. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Catch in the middle, it's Roberts. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
That's a nice play on offense there. And how about the tight end getting out of his stance and working his way across the field, using his speed to clear the defense and make the catch.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. 1st and 10 from their own 17. Back to throw, it's Hilton. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
You know, this tight end's a weapon in the passing game. He runs good routes, normally has good hands, but didn't have them there.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Snagged in the middle. It's Tompkins.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
The Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Just keep slinging it. Grab near the marker. It's Porter. At the 45 on his way. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown, Ohio State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, this thing's turning into a rout, and it's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the ACC, fellas. Boston College will need to mount a comeback, but these fans remember when Zay Flowers earned All-America honors. They know this game is not over. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Virginia Tech. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back. If anything develops, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. And the Bearcats will bring the punt team onto the field. Wants to bring it back. He's got great speed. Can they catch him? He just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down, but when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Looking for a man. It's Hilton. Makes the grab. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Catch in the middle. It's Tompkins. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Knocked away, incomplete, and quarters get tight in the red zone.
This defense is going to have to make some adjustments here at halftime because they have been taken advantage of deep down the field in the passing game. They've already given up 2 TD passes. That was almost number 3, and we're only in the first half.
Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They scored again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you? And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the 3rd. They'll open this 3rd quarter with a run. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. The Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll run it from the gun. There he goes. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Hand off from the shotgun. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll give it to the back. He has the first and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
Looking for a crease to the left. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive.
Touchdown, Ohio State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. A lot of glorious days in the history of the Buckeyes, and this might put this guy right at the top of the list for a single game.
And that list of names is incredible. Like, we could go down the list. There's so many guys that have been such great playmakers, so dynamic. So to think about putting yourself in that category, we're going to be talking about winning trophies and this guy being an All-American by season's end.
Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Finds his big tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to go up top. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot. And the Bearcats will send out the punt unit. Hauls it in and looking upfield. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. They believe they can run right here. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
There's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the third quarter stats will show you. Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they take it in for 6 more points. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Ball is loose. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. They knocked him down after the takeaway, and a big play for this defense.
Well, this defense is eyeing the scoreboard. You know they're looking up there. They want to keep this goose egg intact. They've been so good all game long. Still playing with phenomenal effort here in the 4th quarter, creating that fumble and takeaway.
Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short.
One of the things you love about this running back is his physicality. He's got great size, and because of that, he can wear defenses down. Those 2, 3, and 4-yard gains in the 1st and 2nd quarter, they become big gains late. Guys don't want to tackle him, and you're seeing that now.
And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And he runs it in for a score. Touchdown, Ohio State. With that in the lead, nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
The Bearcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The pull and throw off the RPO. Turns it on in midfield. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10.
First down for the offense.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the grab. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the 1st. Rides the back on the option to give. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. And the Bearcats have this offense rolling. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, it's a nice change-up call on offense because obviously in the 4th quarter, you're down by a bunch of points and everybody in the stadium is expecting you to throw it to get back in the game. So you dial up the run play and you get a huge gainer. Hopefully that can give this offense the momentum they need to try to scrape and claw back into this one.
Yeah, this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And just, they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the 4th quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit, throw the football around.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to...
Fires toward the end zone. And the ball was knocked away incomplete, but there is a penalty flag down. Let's sort this one out.
Hold. Offense.
So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. Well, they got 3 back, but that's about all you can say about it.
Cincinnati.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. It's a reverse. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
There's a lot of ways to run the football. You can do it conventionally, handing it off. You can do it with the QB run. How about getting the wide receiver involved, though, on the reverse? Perfectly executed. He's able to get to the outside. That's a really nice game for the offense.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can...
Breaks into the open. Hard running there. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
Got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College.